Everybody, welcome to the Friday Senior Solutions Agency call. I'm Joe Johnson. I'm with Jimmy Hernandez, and we've got a great show lined up for you. As you guys know, the big announcement, we have purchased the software that we're going to be rolling out. It's a quoting tool, but it's a lot more than just a quoting tool. It does your underwriting for you. It's really cool, and really excited about having an opportunity to share that with everybody. For those new agents, just a real quick announcement. If you have not ordered your new agent starter kit, please contact me so we can get your kit ordered for you. Or if you're an existing agent and you need to refill on some of your supplies, maybe replenish your business cards, get with the office here and we'll make sure that we get that done for you. Okay.
Joe, we cannot see your screen, so I don't know if you had already started it or not.
You know what? I had it on pause. So
okay.
You see it now?
Yes, sir.
All right, let me just go back here. Again, just the new agent starter kit. Make sure that you get in touch with me for that. Now, we're not gonna waste a lot of time here, guys. We're gonna get right into what we wanted to talk to you about, and that is the brand new software that we purchased. It's the Final Expense Toolkit, also known as FEX Toolkit. You can go to their website and check it out. It's just www.fextoolkit.com. But you don't want to purchase it directly from them because you'll end up paying a lot higher price. You want to hop on the Senior Solutions plan. So one thing we're going to do with this is that I'm going to kind of do this in like kind of reversed order. Like usually, you get all the features and benefits, and then they tell you how much it's going to cost. I'm going to do it reverse. I'm just going to tell you how much, what the price is, and then we're going to get right into our live demo. So if you were a agent, let's say purchasing this on your own, and you're going directly through the vendor, FEX Toolkit, this is the pricing on the program. As an individual agent, it's $299, about $300 a year, basically, as an individual agent. If you want the business plan, it's $350 a year, which is really the plan you want because that gives you unlimited access. You can have it on multiple devices. It's really the plan that you want. As the agent plan for $300 a year, you're limited to 10 quotes a day. And then if let's say you had a small agency for $1,000 a year, you can have the program and you can let 5 other agents have access to the program. One thing with this, just so you know, this is not something that you could purchase as an individual and then just say, oh, I'm going to buy it as an individual and then share it with a bunch of people. They have tools in place. They know that if it's being used on multiple devices at the same time, and it would actually be enabled, you wouldn't be able to use it. What we purchased here at Senior Solutions is we went all in and purchased the enterprise plan. Okay, so we're a partner with the company. We have the enterprise plan, and what that allows us to do is basically have unlimited agents on the program. So as many people want to hop onto it can certainly do it. The program that you would get, instead of paying $350 a year for the business plan, we can offer it for $114 a year. Guys, I'm participating in the majority of the cost. We got a pretty good discount on the program because we did enterprise. So I'm eating a little bit over half of the cost. As you can see, the 114 is roughly, it's about a third of what it would normally cost for the business plan. With our discount and then what we're absorbing, any agent that would like to hop on this, a Senior Solutions agent, can hop on this program, and it's going to be $114 a year. You pay a one-time fee up front. You have access to the program for a year, and then you just renew it on an annual basis if you want to continue with it. If you happen to be watching this video If you're checking this out on YouTube and you're not a senior solutions agent, you can still hop on the plan. It's going to be a little bit more expensive. You can contact me directly and I can work something out for you. I can't offer it to you. Wouldn't be able to offer a non-senior solutions agent the program for, you know, 114 if we're not receiving business. Hopefully that makes sense. What we're going to do now, man, is we're just going to hop right into the live demo, and I'm going to show you how the program works. If you're not subscribed to our channel, please, this is a great opportunity. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. This way you get all the you get the updates, and you'll be able to go in and see all of our previous videos that we do. We put out new content virtually every single week. Okay. So with that, let me go ahead and hop into the live demo. Okay, guys, here we go. I am logged into the FX Toolkit, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to start from right to left. But when you log in, when you get your credentials, so every agent who signs up for the program is going to have their own individual login. Like Jimmy already has his login. He's been utilizing the tool. And so as you purchase the program, you're going to get your own toolkit, okay? And what I will do is I will help you set it up so we can maximize the program and make sure that it's working properly for you. First thing that you're going to want to do is when you get onto your program is that you're going to go over here to the right where it says settings, and you're going to click on settings, okay? Now, this is the general information. One thing that's kind of cool about this is that if you wanted to share a quoting tool with your client, or with or maybe you got a website that you want to post it onto, you can link up the Light Flex Toolkit so someone could get a quote. I'll just show you what that looks like. So if you see this link right here, if you were just to simply just copy it like this, and I'm going to go to it. Okay, you could actually text or you could email this to a client, and they could actually run their own quote. Or you could share this with as many people as you want. If you want to share it with another agent, that's fine. But this doesn't really do any of the field underwriting that needs to be done. So here we could just put in face amount. We'll just put in a $10,000 level benefit, male, in the state of Texas, and let's see, age 75. Click quote, non-nicotine, quick quote, and boom, it's gonna rank them. It tells me Mutual of Omaha. It's giving me the pricing: Liberty Bankers, CVS Aetna, Foresters, Aetna. This is American Continental, Royal Neighbors. It's got all my carriers ranked from top to bottom, from preferred. And then as you can see down here, like it's got Great Western. Oh, that's a different program. And then it's got the standard programs as well. Okay, so that's that. So I'm going to get out of that. Now back to settings. When you get your program set up, as you can imagine, FEX Toolkit has just about every carrier you can imagine. There's probably, I don't know, 40 or 50 carriers that they have programmed in for this, mainly for final expense. Just FYI, because I know this question is going to come up, is that they are going to be expanding this for more than just final expense. So as of right now, it's mainly a final expense tool, but they are going to add other programs to it, like ordinary life, and we're going to work on maybe even getting like IULs and the Mutual of Omaha GULE program as well. So this is we're one of the first agencies to actually purchase this program. So we're in on the ground floor, and we're going to be able to make a lot of suggestions and make contributions to the improvements of this. So what you want to do when you get your program is you want to go to customize options, and you want to filter out the carriers that you don't want to see. Okay, so as you can see, look at all these carriers that are in here. Like I said, There's a whole bunch in here. I don't want quotes from Trinity Life, Standard Life, Security National, UHL. So I have all these turned off. I only want to see the carriers that I'm going to do business with. And there's also a toggle switch for telesales. So I'm just going to leave that on for telesales. It really doesn't matter. If you're an agent that's primarily doing telesales, then obviously you want to make sure that you have that setting set up. So this is the main thing that you're going to be using the settings for. Okay.
Hey, Joe,
Yes.
can I pause for a second just to add? So just to clarify, like if you're doing a sell over the phone, right? Not all carriers accept that. So that's the key importance of selecting the telesales button, because then it's only going to show you the carriers and the products that you can do over the phone. So, I mean, if, for example, you're doing both, you know, face to face and you're doing over the phone sales, when you're working over the phone, you definitely want to select that option so that you're not quoting something that you're not going to be able to sell.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, some companies put restrictions on telesales, even with face amount, like you can only sell a certain amount. So that's very good advice. Next to settings, there is a built-in CRM. Really haven't done a lot of work with this, but and I know it's something that's they're working on continuously, going to be making improvements. But as you can see, I've already added one client in here. I gave Mary Poppins a quote for insurance. It was $105 a month. I put her in my calendar. I've got a reminder set up. I'm going to go back and make a presentation with the hubby at 10:30 a.m. February the 2nd, 2021. Okay, so there's also, again, there's a built-in CRM. In the months to come, they're going to be adding an auto dialer as well, which would be pretty cool, especially for not only field agents, but agents that want to sell over the phone. Having an auto dialer will be pretty cool. Next, we're going to do the drug lookup. So what's cool about the way this is set up is that it really allows you to be, even the novice, to be able to be an expert at field underwriting, okay? Because it's even using the cheat sheet and those things, which is great. It's kind of easy sometimes to make mistakes, and this is really going to be a truly a time saver. So one of the tools that you can use if you're working with a client and you're in the initial process, before you give them a quote, maybe you want to find out exactly what they're eligible for. So you may want to start with doing a drug lookup. Say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Client, let's go over your medical conditions and your, the drugs that you're taking. So first thing I want to do is I want to put in my state. I'm in the state of Texas. I want to put in my client's date of birth. We'll just say June the 1st, and let's say they're 70, so they would have been born in 1950. Okay. Medications. Jimmy, you want to throw some, we just want to throw some medications in here and see what we come up with?
How about Advair?
Advair. Okay. ADVI. No. ADVA is Advair. There we go. What are we taking it for? Chronic asthma, asthma mild, chronic bronchitis, or COPD?
So let's say chronic asthma.
Okay, we got chronic asthma. Are you currently using it now?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to leave this first date. We're going to leave it alone because they're currently taking it now. And Jimmy, when did you first start taking this medication? How many years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago? All right. So guys, I'm going to put in 2019. I'm going to click next. Now it's going to give me the carriers that are okay taking Advair for asthma. We said asthma, right?
Yes.
Okay, and it was mild asthma. Is that what we clicked on?
No, we put chronic.
Oh, chronic asthma. Oh, okay. Well, asthma, it for plan right, it says that you can get preferred for asthma if it's being used for asthma. Rural neighbors, simplified issue level, prosperity, the new Vista level. So these are all the carriers that are okay if you're taking Advair and it happens to be for asthma. Now they may look at how often you've taken it. Let's go back and let's do this. Let's do the same medication, but let's see for COPD, and then let's see what happens. And let's say we've been taking it for a couple of years. We get a different list of carriers if it's for COPD. We get Ascendo, which is standard. Liberty Bankers is standard. Foresters, PlanRight, standard. Mutual of Omaha, graded. All the rest are graded. So the ones that they can get level benefit on, if it's COPD, are CVS, Aetna, Liberty Bankers, and Foresters. All right, let's add in some other medication. So we got the
How about Humira?
Humira.
Yeah.
Is that the
Rheumatoid arthritis.
Oh, that's the okay. I was thinking that was the cirrhosis, not cirrhosis, the Hep C medication. How do you spell it?
Humira.
Humira. All right, you're taking it for rheumatoid arthritis?
Yep.
All right, you're using it now?
Yes.
Okay, and then how long have you been taking it?
I don't know, let's say 2 years.
Oh, okay. Boy, everything went wrong 2 years ago.
Bad year.
Bad year. Let's see here. Currently unemployed or okay, we're going to answer no to that. And there we go. Not a lot of looks like we eliminated a carrier. Looks like the Prosperity New Vista dropped down to graded.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you still have standard with Sendo and Foresters. That's pretty strong.
Yeah, let's add in. Let's do insulin.
Okay. How about Plavix?
Plavix, Plav. Plavix, the old blood thinner. Okay, why are we taking Plavix, Jimmy? Did we have Afib, heart attack, stroke?
Let's say heart attack.
Heart attack. Okay. Was it you're using it now, right?
Yes.
2 years ago again?
Let's say you started it 5 years ago.
All right, we'll do 2016. Your dose, is it under or over 75 milligrams?
Let's just say under.
Yeah, 75 seems like a lot.
No.
We'll do no. Okay, here we go. Here's all of our carriers that are blood thinner friendly. Still, CVS is ranked up there, Foresters, Mutual of Omaha. What else do we want to throw in there?
Okay, let's throw in insulin use.
Insulin. Okay. Insulin. Okay. Do we have any complications?
No.
Okay, so no complications. And we're using it now. When did you start on insulin, Jimmy?
5 years ago.
5 years ago. So around 2015 or 16?
Yeah.
All right, we'll just put 16. I don't think it really makes a big difference. There we go. Oh, okay. And then how many, do you know how many units you're taking a day?
I have no idea.
Well, we could do unsure, or I could ask, is it less than 40? Here's what I can tell you. Knowing people that are diabetic, 40 units a day, that's a lot of insulin. I would say the majority of people are probably taking somewhere between 15 to 30, unless their diabetes is like way out of control and they just eat crap food all day. Most people should be able to keep their insulin less than 40. So we're going to do next. Jimmy, have you had uncontrolled diabetes in the last 2 years?
No.
Okay. Don't you like how it like drills down and asks you all these questions?
Mhm.
Again, it's telling you here like Ascendo, standard, and then if you hover over the question mark, it'll tell you why it's standard. For the treatment with the Advair for the COPD disease, and that might, yeah, that's the reason why. So
Mhm.
what they're telling you is that they really don't care about the insulin use, and and the Plavix. It's mainly just the COPD that's dropping you into standard. Okay. So
Mhm.
what's kind of cool about this is that if you use this tool, you can kind of isolate the carriers, and you could actually, if you're in front of the client, if you're doing a face-to-face, you could actually have your screen where you're actually going over this with the client, and then you get to select the carrier that you want to go with, and it really kind of narrows it down to either CVS, Ascendo, or Foresters.
And what I want to point out here, Joe, is that those two top carriers, that's a standard level coverage, meaning they're covered from day one. When you fall under Foresters, then it's Mutual of Omaha, which is graded, and then you can see the other ones are either graded or guaranteed issue.
Exactly.
So, and the other thing I wanted to say is like a lot of times we as agents get intimidated when we see a bunch of medications, right? And I've seen this from several people in different areas, and they'll call me for. I mean, I think the most common call that I get is actually for Humira, and they'll say, "Hey, Jimmy, I got this guy on Humira with rheumatoid arthritis. That's guaranteed issue. Like they're already like making that. That's guaranteed issue, right?"
Yeah.
Uh,
Right.
no, it's not. So in this particular scenario, this person has some several, I'm going to say kind of like major medical issues, and yet they're still eligible for standard first day coverage.
Exactly. Jimmy, I think a lot of agents, if they were with a client and that client brings out their the little igloo cooler full of meds or the basket, and
Mhm.
they got the inhaler, they're on blood thinners. Oh, you're insulin dependent diabetic. I would say a lot of agents would just say, oh, it's got to be guaranteed issue. you know the beauty of this is that it does all this for you, and what's great is that once you know what carrier, and it's only going to show the carriers you're contracted with, you get to select that. You from here you can go right straight to that carrier. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, great, it looks like I can get you approved standard same day coverage. You pitch them on the benefits of working with CVS, Aetna, and then you from there, without doing anything else, you could go straight to your quote compare because you don't need to go any further. So what's cool about that is that you can go to your quote compare. We're in the state of Texas. Jimmy, we're doing a 70. It was age 70, I believe, is what we did. Non-nicotine. I select my carrier, CVS, Aetna, Ascendo, and I know it was standard. So I've got that selected. Now, what I can do, guys, check this out. I go over to my options. I can either put in face amounts or I can put in premium amounts. So if you're the agent that is more comfortable showing premiums versus a face amount, you can do it by premium. I'll show you. Mr. and Mrs. Client, like if I'm just kind of working with Jimmy, I'm gonna show you what most people are doing in your situation. I'm gonna give them the whole spiel. But Jimmy, if what I'm showing you doesn't fit into your budget, you got to promise me that we can make changes to the program. We'll find something that fits into your budget. I could do a payment close. I could put in 200 a month, 150 a month, and 100. Check this out. I do quote. It's going to give me a 3-option worksheet. Okay, now because CVS Aetna only allows you to have face amounts rounded to the nearest thousand, it's gonna increase the premiums a little bit. As you can see here, it did 204 instead of 200, and it gave me a face amount of 15,000. So here I can roll right into my worksheet, and I can, if you're using a touch screen, you can do your 3-option worksheet. Jimmy, we could, a $20,000 plan, you need to set aside 204 a month, or we could do 15,000 for 154, or 10,000 for 104. Jimmy, you tell me which of these works best for you.
I think I'm gonna go with the 10,000, Joe.
The 10,000. And Jimmy, who would you want to name as your beneficiary?
Oh, my daughter.
Your daughter. Okay, guys, and then check this out. I click on eApp. It's going to direct me directly to the CVS Aetna. All I got to do is log in and start my application.
Booyah!
How cool is that?
I love it.
I love it, dude. It's so cool. All right, now let's if you're more comfortable, if you don't want to show payments, if you want to do face amounts, here I gotta clear these out. So it's whatever you're comfortable with. I could put in 30,000, 20,000, whoops, and 15,000. Jimmy, let me show you what most people are doing in your situation. There you go, and it shows it. And then again, Jimmy, for 30,000, you just need to set aside 305 a month. 20,000 would be 204, and 15,000 is 154.
Wow,
Again.
is that the least amount that you can do? Because gosh, that's way over my budget, Joe.
No problem, Jimmy. Out of curiosity, what could you set aside comfortably on a monthly basis that's not taking food off the table?
Oh, about $75.
Okay, so Jimmy says $75. Here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up, and then I'm going to change this. I'm going to do a payment close. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show them $95 a month. I'm going to show him, he said 75. I'm going to go at 70, and then I'm going to do 55. There you go. And then I'm going to go back and do a payment close like this. Jimmy, here's
I like that one in the middle, Joe. I like that one for $73.88. That's perfect.
$73.88. Great. Boom. Again, click on the eApp. Jimmy, and who did you say you wanted to name as your beneficiary?
My daughter.
Boom. You log in. Now, I'm not going to click on it, but if I were to click on my username and password, I already have everything pre-populated. So once you get signed up for this and you have this, if you have all your logins and passwords, it should automatically carry over so you can log in very, very easily. So let me clear all the fields. And let's see. All right, so guys, that was drug lookup. You can also do it by health conditions. So let's see, Jimmy, it's kind of the same thing, a little bit different. I kind of like the drug lookup better, to be honest with you, because it kind of, it like compiles everything together. It's kind of like a cumulative effect. Whereas I've noticed with the health cheat sheet, it's not. You got to look at each individual thing separately. But let's do the health cheat sheet. Let's throw in some health conditions.
Okay, I have let's say I have diabetes. That's probably very common.
Yeah, diabetes is one of the most common. DIAB, diabetes, and again, it's going to ask with or without complications.
Well, I have neuropathy.
Okay, so let's say he were to say, oh, I don't have any complications. Just says, I'm going to show something, Jimmy, okay?
Sure.
So I click that. Okay. I guess it's not here. It's a different tool. All right, never mind. It's on the, I'll show you in a minute when we get to the, when we get to the quotes. This does not do the drill downs. Okay, you said with neuropathy?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to click neuropathy. And it's going to tell us which carriers. Aetna. Now, this is not Ascendo. This is not the CVS product. This is American Continental. So it's you. As long as it's available in your state, you can sell it. If not, you'd have to look at another one. But if they have neuropathy, you can get level with American Continental, and you can just kind of look down through the ones that, and I believe these are in alphabetical order. So Royal Neighbors would be your, so this, it's not ranking them, it's just putting them in alphabetical order. See if treated within 2 years. Okay, basic. So it looks like on this, your best shot, if they do have diabetic neuropathy, is doing American Continental, which again, don't get confused with the CVS product, or Royal Neighbors, one of those two. Any other conditions, Jimmy, that you have?
No, that's it.
Okay. Well, let me add a couple. How about Afib? We get clients with atrial fibrillation. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. Afib. I'm going to click on that. Now it's going to give me the carriers that are good for Afib. So what I would need to do is, here's what you got to look at. Here's the thing that using this cheat sheet, I could be a little bit confusing, is that it doesn't put everything into, like, it doesn't give you that cumulative effect. Diabetic neuropathy was okay with American Continental, it's level, but as you can see, when we added in Afib, American Continental, if treated within 2 years, it's graded. So because the client has those two things, it's going to come up as a graded product. Whereas utilizing the drug list, it kind of compiles everything together. But the cheat sheet is definitely a very, very helpful tool. The other thing that most agents are probably gonna do is they're gonna do the quoter. All right, I've already gone over the quote compare. They're gonna go over the quoter. Okay, this is where most of us are gonna spend our time. Now you can see there's a light version and there's a full version. More than likely, you're going to want to use the full version. The light version is the one that's more consumer friendly, that's not going to do any field underwriting. All you do is put in your age, the amount, whether you use tobacco or not. It's going to give you a quote, okay? And it automatically defaults to 10,000 if you don't put an amount. I want to use the full quoter, okay? So I'm working with Jimmy. Jimmy's a client that I can tell who's very interested. What's nice about this is that the full quote, it combines the drug lookup and the health condition cheat sheet all into one, okay, which makes it great. So let's do this, Jimmy. Let's go over your health conditions and also your medications as well. Okay, so Jimmy, in the last 5 years, have you had any major health issues like heart attack, stroke, cancer?
Heart attack.
Oh, you did, you had a heart attack. All right, let's go ahead and put that in there. Let's see here, why is this not? Oh, I need to put in my information first. So let me put in Jimmy's date of birth. Jimmy, how old are you?
Say 1960.
Okay. So you're 60 years old, And let's say you're 6'1", and Jimmy, approximately how much do you weigh?
250.
250. Got it. Any nicotine products?
No.
Okay, none. Okay, got it. And then I can put in a base amount of 10,000. Okay, now let's do the health conditions. Okay, so Jimmy, you said you had a heart attack.
Mhm.
Do you know approximately either like what year that was in?
It was 4 years ago, Joe. It was actually January 2017.
Got it. Okay. What about stroke or cancer?
No.
Okay. Do you, Jimmy, out of curiosity, do you use anything? Oh, let me get rid of this. Do you use any medications for like chronic asthma or COPD?
I have albuterol.
Albuterol? And
Hmm.
what do you take that for?
For asthma, but I take it as needed.
Got it. All right. How do you spell that?
ALB.
B
Uh-huh. Albu T.
Albuterol. Here we go. All right. And then would you say you're taking it for allergies, asthma mild, chronic
Asthma
bronchitis, or
mild.
COPD?
Asthma mild.
Got it. Okay. And then you're currently taking it now?
Yes.
Okay. When did you start taking that medication?
Oh, when I was a kid.
Oh, so you've been taking it for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll just put in, we'll put in 1980 then. Got it. At any time, do you use a nebulizer to take the medication?
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Guys, don't you like how it like drills down and asks you all these questions? So I kind of go over the main medical questions. Now what I want to do is I want to double check and I want to go over his medications too. You know, because there could be things that he doesn't know. I mean, I run across a lot of clients that take like what they refer to as a water pill for water retention. Um, so let's say you're taking something for water retention or a water pill, okay? Let me plug that in. It's from Marissa's side. Yeah, here you go. And Jimmy, are you taking the water pill? Was it for congestive heart failure, cirrhosis, edema, high blood pressure, kidney
High
disease?
blood pressure.
Oh, for high blood pressure? Okay.
Mhm.
And is your blood pressure, would you consider it to be out of control or is it controlled?
Oh, it's controlled.
Okay, great. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to put in, let's say he's been taking it for 5 years. Okay. Any other medications or any other uh, uh, we want to put into the scenario here? I've got one, Jimmy.
Hmm.
Let's just throw a bunch of shit in here and see what happens. How about bipolar depression?
Oh yeah, I got that.
I got that. I still remember that one client that you had. Oh yeah, I got that. Let's see, inner health condition. Bipolar disorder. Yeah, I'm bipolar. Okay, date of last treatment was now. You're currently being diagnosed with it. Okay, guys, we got everything in here. We've got the albuterol, the water pill. Jimmy had a heart attack, and he's bipolar. Okay, so all we got to do now here is click get a quote, and we'll see who comes up. We've got rank number one. We've got Forrester's Plan Right Preferred. Royal Neighbors Simplified Level, Ascendo Preferred, and Americo Eagle Level. So here's, even with all this stuff, I was kind of surprised on this. Even with all this stuff that Jimmy's got going on, I could see where a lot of clients, or a lot of agents, I mean, could really get confused on something like this. But here you go. Here's the, here's your choices. Let's say you want to go with Forster's. That's a carrier you're contracted with. Oh, by the way, when you set your program up, again, make sure you go in and you only activate the carriers you want to do business with. You may have carrier contracts with a certain amount of carriers. Maybe you don't want all of them to show as an example. So remember, just make sure you've got it selected where it's only showing the carriers that you want to do business with. Again, we see Forster's is ranked number 1. I'm going to click on compare. I'm going to do my face amounts. I'm going to show Jimmy 40,000, 20,000, and 15,000, and then I'm going to get a quote. No results. It's not letting me do 40,000.
I was gonna say, I think the max is 30.
Yeah, it's too high of an amount. There we go. We got our 3-option close. Jimmy says, yeah, I can do option number 2. Again, click on the e-app. Boom. It's going to take me right into my login for Forster's Easy Biz to get right into my e-application. So guys, this is just absolutely a phenomenal tool that really does everything that I wanted it to do. I mean, Jimmy and I both have looked at other quoting tools, and there was just so much that they were missing. What I like about FEX Toolkit is that they put a lot of thought into what exactly the agents need between the drug lookup, the built-in health cheat sheet, even the CRM, the quote compare, and the quoter. Let's do a couple of more, Jimmy.
Hey Joe, before you do more, can you scroll down a little bit?
Yeah.
Get a quote.
Oh, get a quote. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Scroll down. And so what I just kind of wanted to emphasize is, right, like, you can show your client, we always teach to use the pre-sale folder. We tell a little story in the beginning about we use all these carriers so that we can find the right, plan for you. What does that mean? The best coverage, right? Who's going to give you level or day 1 coverage if you're eligible for it at the lowest rate? And this is the proof in the pudding. If you take a tablet out, an iPad, or I don't know, a Galaxy, whatever your preference is, but you take an iPad out there and you're showing them, they're seeing it with their own eyes. And so that's just an amazing amount of credibility that you get with that client. And the credibility is going to extend to what Joe had asked about last week is, well, when an agent has trouble getting the bank information, right? So when you show this kind of credibility, that those issues don't even come up. They know that you're legitimate, right? You narrowed it down to their, particular medical conditions. You're giving them a quote. They're seeing all the different, pricing. That also eliminates those objections about, well, that's real high. You know what I mean? Because you're showing them these are all the carriers based specifically to your medical conditions. I mean, so you're building so much value with that person that no other agent is gonna do. So many times in the field, the competitors that I come across only represent one company, and every now and then they might have more than one, but nobody has this. I can guarantee you that.
No, nobody does. We're one of the first, like I said, we're one of the first agencies in the company to roll this out. And you bring up a good point, Jimmy, because I wasn't really even thinking about that. Is that how powerful this is, either in the home or, if you're doing telesales, if you can get a client, if you can get a client on a Zoom call, and you can share your screen with them and show them exactly everything that you're doing all the way through the e-application process. I really see your point here, where this really gives you incredible credibility, because this is like you said, Jimmy, this is the proof in the pudding that you're actually doing what you said that you were going to do in the first place, which is find the client the best value out there. Just a couple of other things here too, from an agent standpoint. If you notice, we didn't cover this, but if you notice over on the left, like Royal Neighbors, it has this little star. The carriers that have the star means that if you hover over it, these are the carriers that offer true Social Security billing, which means that they're actually drafting the premium payments the day that the client gets their Social Security. So if you get that client that gets paid on the 3rd, but the 3rd falls on a Monday, which is a holiday, or maybe it's a Saturday or Sunday, and they're actually getting paid on that Friday before, Royal Neighbors, CVS, Aetna, and the other carriers with the star are actually going to do true Social Security billing, where they're going to take it out on that exact day. The other thing that you may notice too is when you run quotes, you may notice that there's a $ there. As example, Mutual of Omaha graded. If you hover over that, it says for level living promise graded, commission is cut up to 10% for clients between the ages of 45 and 75. Well, we know it's a lot. It says up to 10%. It's actually about 40%, but it just but it's letting you know if there's, for whatever reason, if there happens to be a cut in the commission. And again, the question mark, it's going to tell you why this is standard. Why it's standard, because Mutual of Omaha doesn't like the bipolar depression. So your client may say, well, you run the quote and they're like, well, I really want to go with Mutual of Omaha. No problem. You could scroll down and say, well, Mutual of Omaha is here. It's a little bit higher. Why? Because of the bipolar depression, they're going to only offer you the graded benefit. And if you hover over this, it's going to say, it's going to explain to the client, if you were to go with the graded program, it's going to show the payout. It's a reduced death benefit for the first 2 years. It doesn't kick in until year 3. So you can really kind of show the client exactly the different carriers and why they were ranked the way that they were ranked. So just so much thought has gone into this. And then you can load this into your CRM. So it says clear fields, load and save. So as you're doing this, if you need to save the client's information and the quotes, you can save that right into your CRM, so you know exactly what you quoted them. What I'd like to do.
Can you show that real quick? Because I know we're running out of time, but I kind of just want to touch on the CRM briefly.
Okay, I think you go to save. And let me click on that. Associated. No. And then what is the load? It may be something.
I think the load is something that you're able to like save it as a file on your computer.
Yeah, I think you actually have to select the.
I think for CRM, you just hit CRM on top, and then you're just entering the clients.
Yeah, you can do it. Let me go back. Yeah, there's a way to do it, Jimmy. I got to figure it out. But I think you may.
rather
Yeah,
than show them how to do it, I just wanted to say on the CRM, once you enter your clients there, then it has a calendar. And on the calendar, that's when you're going to select your follow-up. And so many times we forget about stuff like this. You know, we sometimes we see a lot of people and we have people fall through the cracks. But with your CRM, if you need to follow up with somebody, you can select a date and you can put, you're going to follow up with them on this date. Maybe it's in person, maybe it's a phone call, maybe it's an email, whatever the case may be. And then as you're checking your calendar every day, oh yeah, I forgot I was supposed to follow up with this person, and you can plug that in. And that could even be follow up for referrals, you know. So I just want to point that out as you have the built-in CRM that's going to help you push more of the deals through the funnel and get them down at the end where you can cash out and make some money. But I'll give it back to you, Joe.
all right. The other thing I want to add, guys, is that you have with this program, you get full tech support. So, I'm probably not going to have all the answers. I'm not the software engineer that designed it. I'm just learning this as you guys are learning it. So, as we go, and as you get access to the program, you have full access to customer support and technical support to answer any questions, certainly that you may have. Let's just do one more quote here real quick. Let me do this. Let me just clear out these medications. I want to keep the same client. So I want to work with this client who was born in, who's 60 years old. Now let's make them a little bit older. Let's say they were born in 55. So they're 65 years old. And I just want to throw in a few other medications here. A few other little problems and see what comes up. Let's do diabetes. That's pretty common. And let's say with complications, diabetic neuropathy. And let's see, last treated, yes. Age of first diagnosis. See how it's drilling down here? Let's say they've been diabetic for a long time. Let's say since age, we'll go 35, early diagnosis. Let's see, no, okay. And let's say they have COPD. Last treated, let's see, date diagnosis. Let's say they've had that for 5 years. Use a nebulizer, we'll say no to that. Let's throw in bipolar. And let's say they had a heart attack, Jimmy, less than 2 years ago. Let's just see what comes up. Now, this is a client that you would probably think we probably need to go guaranteed issue on. Okay, date of occurrence. Let's say it was over a year ago, but less than 2 years ago. So let's say January 2020, let's say June or July
2019
of 19. So they're kind of in between, like in a couple of months, it's going to be over 2 years, but they're like in that year and a half area, which can be tricky sometimes. More than likely, I'm thinking to myself, I'm probably going guaranteed issue. I'm probably going to jump straight to Gerber. I don't know. A lot of complications here. All right, let's get a quote, see what comes up. Maybe we'll be surprised. Graded. All right, no one's going to offer this person preferred, but guess what? We don't necessarily need to go to guaranteed issue either. Check this out. We could go Mutual of Omaha, graded, which you guys know, cheapest prices in town. $64 a month for a $10,000 benefit, which is phenomenal. GTL with their Heritage Graded plan, which is an awesome plan. And then American Continental Graded, and of course Gerber Guaranteed Issue. Okay, so in this particular case, boom, Mutual of Omaha. I'm going to go compare. I'm going to do my face amounts of 20,000, which we already know is the max. 15,000 and 10,000. I'm going to get a quote. There you go. There's my 3-option worksheet. How easy is that, right? This takes all the guesswork out of it, because I know most of you were thinking to yourself is that, oh, you got to go, you got to go guaranteed issue with this person,
Hey, Joe, can we do it one more time? Can you go back?
Yeah, I'll go back to the quoter. I got everything saved.
The only thing I want you to do is change the diabetes.
Yeah.
And let's do that they were diagnosed after age 50.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Date of last treatment. Age, first diagnosis. I'll make it
55.
Okay. But still with complications.
Yeah.
Okay.
And insulin use or no? What did we put last time?
Yeah, we have diabetic neuropathy in there.
But was it with insulin use or no? I don't remember.
It didn't ask.
Okay, so we'll put no insulin use.
Right. Yeah, with the diabetic, it didn't ask whether or not we used insulin or not. It just asked with or without complications. If do we want insulin? Because then I can add that in as a medication.
No, let's just say no insulin use.
Which I would do, guys. If you're doing this and your client's diabetic, I would put in the diabetes, and if they're taking insulin, I would put in, you can put in both. You can put in their condition and the medication. You can double up on this to be for sure. All right, you want to see if that changes anything?
Yeah.
Not really.
No? Okay. It's the same.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
It's gonna be a heart attack that's doing it.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's say your client, let's add in one more, congested heart failure. Now, we all know this is probably going to be guaranteed issue.
Oh, yeah.
Date last treatment, date diagnosed. Let's say they've had CHF for a while, 10 years. Okay, let's get a quote. More than likely, we're just going to get, here we go. Well, you check this, guys, out. GTL, $79 a month. That's pretty darn good, Jimmy. GTL, which is a graded plan. It's not guaranteed issue, but it's graded. They can get $10,000 for $79 a month. Aetna, American Continental graded. They cover almost anybody. And then Gerber is $85 a month. So the point of this, instead of just telling the client, oh, we got to go graded, you can still put in the effort, and you can still show the comparison and the shopping so they can see the value. Oh yeah, GTL, let's go with that one. Here's what I can tell you is GTL is going to approve them, okay? Because GTL, it's not guaranteed issue, but they don't run a prescription or RX check on anybody. The only time they run an RX check or an MIB on anybody is if they die in the first 2 years. They want to make sure that you didn't lie on the application, okay? So we need to be truthful and honest when we're doing it, but GTL is that one company that is like almost guaranteed issue. I mean, you can have a lot of, the only thing they really don't accept is like, if you're terminal, if you're dying of cancer, or if you have Alzheimer's, dementia, they don't accept. But other than that, there's really only like, or if you're in a nursing home, you need help with, daily living. Other than that, they'll pretty much accept anybody. Again, you just go right into you're going to go with GTL. Here, let's just do a payment close. Let's just see what comes up. Like I said, guys, I'm doing this on the fly, man. No results. So it looks like for what I put in, the $100 a month, 12,500. That's what. Let's see. Guaranteed Trust Life only allows face amounts in increments of $500. Rate calculator, face amount. Okay. So here, let me go back up here and. Oh, I put in 1,500 a month. No wonder it didn't like that. 20,000. That'd be a hell of a premium. There you go. There you go. I got my quote for 20, 15, and 10. So, all right, Jimmy. Anything else you think we should cover on this before we sign off? We spent almost an hour on this morning.
Yeah, I really just, I mean, I think it's an amazing tool. As Joe mentioned, I mean, this is brand new. It just rolled out. So, neither one of us are experts at it, but I can tell you this, playing with it, it's very user friendly. They have a great support team. They respond very quickly. So, I mean, take advantage of it. I really believe this is going to help everybody not only increase their sales, but increase their placement, because you're going to be writing the app with the right carrier. I've seen it so many times, Joe, where agents submit business and then it's declined or, withdrawn, or what's the word? It's marked incomplete because, it didn't fit within the guidelines. And then, it's hard to go back to that person and say, oh, well, I messed up, or, oh, well, they turned you down, but, I can get you approved with this one. And now it's like more expensive or less coverage. And then, sometimes we lose people because we didn't do a good job at field underwriting. This right here, this is going to eliminate all of that stuff. You're going to be able to quote accurately based on their health, and submit with confidence, knowing that everything, you did your job on the field underwriting part. Now keep in mind, everybody out there, that like your client may not be telling you the whole story, and it might not be that they're doing it intentionally. Sometimes they might forget about something, that maybe they were taking a medication that they're no longer taking, and maybe they didn't tell you about it because they forgot, or maybe they just didn't even think about it, right? So sometimes, even though we do all of this work up front, you're still going to have something come back on that prescription history or MIB that wasn't disclosed during the conversation, and there's nothing you can do about that. You're not ever going to have a perfect decision right then and there, but this is pretty darn close to being perfect.
Absolutely. A couple of just two quick things I just want to talk about. I forgot to talk about. One is, we didn't really emphasize about the height and weight. Guys, when you're doing your underwriting, make sure you put in the height and weight, because this has all the build charts already built in. And Jimmy, how many clients?
Oh my gosh.
Like deals have you seen got turned down? The person was in perfect health, but they were like 3 pounds over the maximum weight, so just check this out. Let's say the client is 6'1", they're not 250, let's say they're 350. It's a big fella. Okay, check this out. See how it ranks it differently? Why? Because CVS, Royal Neighbors, they have no height and weight chart, so they're going to come up number 1. The other thing that is on here, which is cool, let me put this back to 250, is that it doesn't come up that often. But what do you do with the clients that don't have a bank account? Say, I don't have a bank account. I get my money deposited onto this bank card, or maybe they're a Direct Express. Well, you can see what clients are, do they have Direct Express? Click on Direct Express, see what pops up. There you go. Prosperity, they take Direct Express. Great Western takes it. Gerber takes it. AIG will take it. Maybe they don't even have Direct Express. Maybe they just have a debit card. They get their money that goes on one of those debit cards. There's carriers that will accept debit cards. There you go. Same ones. Prosperity will take a debit card. So if you're not signed up with, if you run into that situation, you're working in an area where people just don't have bank accounts, man, make sure you get signed up with Prosperity. You can do it on they take a credit card, debit card, or the Direct Express card. So anyway, guys, if you're interested in getting an account with this, just contact me directly, and we'll get you set up. It's just a matter of me sending you the email, and you set up your credentials, and you could be using this tool later today. Jimmy, with that, any last comments or anything that you want to say before we sign off?
No, I just want to say I really think this is probably the best thing that I've seen for final expense ever. For field underwriting and quoting, it really is. I'm going to say worth paying that expense, especially
Dude,
with Joe.
$114. That's less than $10 a month.
Yeah, that's a great deal. So can't go wrong.
All right, guys. All right, everybody. Thanks for hopping on the call. Hope you got a lot of information. And again, if you want to get the tool set up, just let me know, and we'll get the information out to you. All right, everybody. God bless. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Jimmy.
Bye-bye.
All right, man. See ya.